My name is Rashidat Ademuyiwa. Born in Cameroon in 1950, because my father was working there at that time. So then came back to Nigeria, and I had my childhood in Nigeria. I grew up in Lagos. Family of 9 children. I'm the third born of my family. I grew up in a large family with my mom and dad. But when I came back to Nigeria, I had to live with my grandparents because my dad was in Cameroon. He was working in Cameroon, so we all live with my grandparents in Lagos. The way they speak highly of Britain, and the first thing was the cultural shock of the system is not the same as it's not straight. It's the children are just do what they can do. They are allowed to do. It's a shock to me because I came from a very, very strict background. The weather, very, very cold. I could not stand the weather, and I was thinking, I've got to go back. I've got to go back. Actually, I wanted to go back because I couldn't. One, I'm missing my family. I haven't been out as far as this before, so I was missing home, and I wanted to come home. And I spent all the time crying and crying. And my uncle was saying, "Why do you come here if you don't want to stay?" I said, I want to go. Then he asked me the question, "Do you want to go back?" I said, "Yes, I want to go back." And then he sat me down one day. I said, if you want to come here and study and make something of yourself, well, you have to just get on with it and get yourself, occupied with other things and not thinking about you want to go home. But it was so cold. I remember one day going to the college and coming back, I was shivering. I couldn't open the front door. My nose was running, my eyes was, everything. I said, I can't live in this country. And, sometimes when they write me, I got a letter from home and I would sit there and I would say, oh my God, I become somebody that they are writing to. So I was so depressed. But as time goes on, I met friends and, I came out of it. Actually, I could not even get a job in that line that I was trained. I could not use my certificate. Up till now, I did not use that certificate because it was difficult for me to find a job. And I can remember an example was I went to a job center looking for jobs, and there was a job at Adelphi. So pick up the card, went to the reception, and they said, oh yes, there is a job there. So they sent me there. They phoned them up and they said, yeah, I could come. I should come down.
What was the job?
Was a catering officer. So I then went, because it's not far, I just walked down to Adelphi. When I got to Adelphi, I met the catering manager. And she said to me, and I introduced myself, and she said to me, oh, I'm sorry, the job has gone. I said, but I just left there about 5-10 minutes ago. They said the job is here. So he said, I'm sorry, the job has gone. So that was it. I couldn't get a job.
Why do you think you couldn't get that job, that particular job?
I think because I'm black. That's what I put it down to. Because then my name was Jones, because my maiden name was Jones. It's Jones anyway. So because they heard Jones, probably they thought it's a white person coming. But when I got there, they were shocked. They said the job has gone. So, I left it. But luckily for me, in the same year, I got a job with the Nigeria High Commission in Liverpool. So I worked there for several years. funny that when I hear that Nigerian people or African people are coming here to stay and they are not going back and they're overstaying and things like that. The same thing happened with some English people that goes to Nigeria to work. Because some of them, because Nigeria wants qualification. If you say you are an engineer, they want a proof that you are an engineer. They want a proof that you've undergone that courses and things like that. But many of them, the English people, has been working as an engineer from probably age 17. And now they're 30, they're 40, they've got no qualification to show for it. So when they apply for a job to go and work in Nigeria, they need a proof. And I was working as a clerical officer, and I was in charge of verifying verification of certificates. So when they come to us, they come with a certificate, and then I have to send that certificate back and their name back to the university. So to find out if they actually study there, to verify if that certificate is authentic. But it comes back to say, well, we don't know this person. He hasn't studied here and things like that. So it does happen because people go to Nigeria. I'm not saying that they don't know the job. They do know what they're doing, but they are not qualified.
But it's not everybody. It's not everybody.
Not everybody. No. Not everybody. Not everybody.
So you're saying that they fraud, they forged certificate?
Yes, they do forge certificate because they bring the certificate to you. Their name is on it. But actually what they do is they typewrite it, photocopy it, put their name on. That's what they do. And they bring it down and we send it. And few have been prosecuted really because they do follow, the university do follow them up and they get prosecuted. I did not take part in any riot at all, but the outcome of the riot was a positive thing for me because after the riot, a lot of things were set up for black people. Liverpool born blacks, they set up like a training for black people so that we can all get into work, we can get in training, we can work it with the council. So actually, the placement really, the target was really the city council because there wasn't any, at that time, it's a very, very minority that works with the council. So they wanted black people to be in the system. So they created this training and it was called MSc. I did apply for it. The second time I got taken, and from there I started working with the council. Liverpool, it's when you speak to people, you find out that racism is still there. I used to work, when I was in the council and I worked in one of the district office, I was issuing car badges. I was in charge of car badges at that time. And this man walked in. I was in the office. It was a long office. It was at the reception. How, if he saw me there, I cannot tell you. But he saw me, that I was there. And then he said to I can hear them arguing. Said to the reception, "What's that woman doing there?" And the receptionist said, "She works here." And I was told that when I went to intervene, "What's going on here?" "She works here." So she shouldn't be working here. I can't get a job anywhere, and she's working. It shouldn't be allowed. She should go back to her country. I would say stay put in your country and make life. Because probably when I came here, probably it's better then. But now, it's not, the country is struggling themselves, they are struggling themselves. And you can't get a job, there is no job. If you want to go to school, the school fees is very, very high. So, they've tightened up, everything has been tightened up so hard that if you say you're leaving and coming here, coming to do what? So, it's not as easy as people think.